This podcast of storytellers would like to acknowledge the first storytellers whose land we are recording on today, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We would like to pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. We acknowledge them and other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples whose culture lives on today in Naarm, the city Melbourne. Theirs is the oldest in the world and their sovereignty was never ceded. Hello and welcome to the Book of War and Avatar Legends Real Play. My name is Jesse Thomas and I play Minh Fang, the Foundling, he, him. A runaway from the Earth Kingdom who, now see, you put your hands in front of your face and you made me stuff up.
I didn't want you to look at me knowing that I was going to laugh at you.
You did it. This is your fault. A runaway from the Earth Kingdom who found a new home for themselves in the Northern Water Tribe while hiding from deadly family secrets.
For those at home, I did in fact cover my face so that Jesse, because he was about to look at me, and I knew that he was going to look at me and start laughing and say, "Ash, you've done this wrong already."
I had it, and you did that. Anyway, my Minh fact for today is Minh's dad's name is Yuka Fang, which means bright star in a language I've already forgotten, but I couldn't say it anyway, so I would just butcher it. But yeah, there you go, Yuka Fang.
Yuka Fang.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Hello, my name is Lucas Lee. I play Tomo, he, him, the razor, lost boy turned smooth criminal who likes his dumplings steamed and not fried. I did that wrong. What is happening? No,
steamed, not fried.
It's been so long. Don't worry.
It has been 6 weeks, so sorry, folks. I'm just getting my engines warmed up again.
Break the illusion.
I don't think it has been 6 weeks, by the way.
It feels like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Feels like forever, guys. I miss you all
Oh,
very much. I also miss my previous co-star. It feels like there's a gap in here. But it's also a lot more comfortable. Fun fact about Tomo today. I got nothing, to be honest. Like, it's sort of like he has just got so many layers that I've sort of lost track of which layer we're at.
We learned a lot about Tomo in the last episode,
Yeah.
so I think having no fact is okay.
I've had a couple of people speak to me like beforehand. They was like, "What's up with Tomo?" And I said, "Oh, there's going to be a little bit of extra information about Tomo in the next episode." And they listened to it, and the amount of people that messaged me said, "Hiroto?"
Oh, yeah.
They're just like, "You said there'd be information." I've answered nothing. I said, I didn't say I'd answer any questions. I said there'd be more information.
I also think it's a testament to Lucas because, of course, Tomo isn't his real name, but it is his real name, but it's like wasn't his first name because every time he's met someone, he's given a different name, and I never did it click until I was like, "Oh, damn
Jesse.
it. He's just too good."
Jesse, bold of you to assume Hiroto is his first name.
Yeah, true, right?
Layers like an onion.
Like an onion.
Hello, my name is Georgie Hazel and I play Nuro, the Destined, they, she, he. Nuro is a child from the strange and magical boggy swamp. Due to the war, Nuro had to leave their home, but there might be stranger things following them right out of that swamp. And I also don't really have a fact. I never have a fact for Nuro, so I really tried to sit down and think about one. So I'm just going to throw some random Nuro facts at you. They can eat a whole lemon without flinching.
Wow.
Well, yeah. This is what I'm here for. These are the kind of facts that I want.
Great. Well, I have delivered.
Thank you.
Whole lemon.
Speaking of a whole lemon, Ted Darling.
Oh, no, he stole my throat too. Hello, everybody. My name's Ted Darling. I play Banji, the Guardian, he, him, a defector from the Fire Nation who has instead chosen to use his strength to protect the vulnerable. Nailed it in one because I'm a professional.
Oh,
Actually,
okay, all right.
actually, Ted, it's not Banji the Guardian, it's Banji the Dragon.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it's still the Guardian playbook. Banji, the Dragon, the Guardian.
It's a bit more of an
I'm
mouthful, isn't
Mr.
it?
the Dragon, the Guardian. Thank you. My Banji fact, I've been playing a lot of Tears of the Kingdom, and for those who haven't played it, Link has a cool, almost scarred, burned arm, and so that's what I'm picturing Banji now has, is this awesome, scarred, burned arm that I love. I'm
Can
just
you use
like,
to glue things together?
maybe. I can use things to burn things, so...
You're crucifying Korra? Is that what's happening? Because that's all the videos I'm seeing of Tears of the Kingdom at the moment.
That and building mechs.
Yeah.
So,
Building mechs.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Ash. I am the Grand Master of the White Lotus for this game. My fact this week is as much as people have been approaching me about the voices that I did in the last one. Someone said, "How did you come up with the voice for the dragon?" And I said, well, actually, if you look at the cutout thing, I reckon there's about 2 minutes of me going, ha, ho, 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 trying to get to like, it's, I couldn't quite get it. And I nearly went with the George Takei style, Banji, you will find that your name is now the dragon. But then I was definitely going to, at some point, go, oh my. So I decided that, no, I wanted gravel. I wanted I've got no words there.
It was really fun sitting opposite you while you workshopped that. It was good.
I reckon the faces probably would have been ridiculous.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Did you bust out like an old man face like I do?
Banji. Oh my God. I still can't. I can't. Roll the music.
Jesse, roll the music.
We're picking up exactly where we left off, which was pretty much the saddle, basket, carrying apparatus on Hikaru is ready to go, and everyone is sort of standing around at the top of the island, ready to depart. What do?
So Banji actually wasn't standing around. Banji was wherever Hikaru was. That's where Banji was. So
so down in the cave?
Yeah, he was down in the cave. So everyone, as Yanni kind of reveals this saddle, everyone who was looking could see Banji sort of strolling out, slow-mo, like those astronauts going like the spaceship. And he looks very confident. Like something's changed in Banji. I think if you guys know him, so you can kind of see almost like a weight's been lifted from his shoulders. He's very much ready for action now, and not necessarily second-guessing his actions, because it's been a tumultuous few weeks for Banji. And now he feels very confident. And he's actually ripped the whole sleeve of his right arm off. So whatever was burned and tattered there, he's ripped it off, and he kind of wears his scarred arm with pride. It's a mark of him being the dragon.
Which you haven't told anybody yet.
No, but they can guess it. It's coming.
Man, that man is just walking with the grace of a dragon.
Yeah.
We should start calling him that.
Yeah.
I think I lean into Tomo and I'm like, hey, Tomo. Banji's like different, right? It's not just me.
Yanni starts fanning herself. She's like, yeah, he is.
Stop that. None of that from you.
I think this island suits him. Also, maybe it's a new giant friend that he's made.
Yeah, probably. Is my mother around?
Yeah, she's standing right there.
Oh, that is an excellent question.
She's standing right there.
So, mother, do you need a lift?
Oh, yes. I thought that was obvious. I have no way of getting off this island, so I'm coming with you.
Oh, yes, of course. That's, yeah. No, you're just saying that you're coming. Not saying, yes, thank you, I would love a lift. That's fine. Oh, don't worry about it.
I didn't realize it was your decision to make. Hikaru, since I saved your life to an extent, do you have any issue with me riding on your saddle away to wherever we're going? And Hikaru just sort of like huffs again in Minh Fang's direction, just that little like billow of smoke being like...
all right, Hikaru, I get it. You smoky dragon.
I can't wait to ride a dragon.
I can. I don't want to be in the sky. Boats are bad enough. I think he's looking like at the saddle, and I think he's trying to put on a brave face. So he starts to climb it, and then you just see him very quickly like get out his rope and just start tying himself into like wrapping himself around all the different parts and through the wood, and he's like strapped in. He's like, right, and he 2 thumbs up.
I sort of picture it like, you know, when you see astronauts and they're sitting like sideways and they're like properly strapped in, they just give the big old thumbs up, Hollywood movie star.
So the dragon's above ground. Right?
Dragon's above ground.
Yeah. All right. So I think this is probably the first time the dragon's been above ground, like because normally it's in the cave with the spirit water.
It did kind of fly out.
But like, you know, because since after everything, Tomo.
Since after everything, yeah.
Since after the dream, I think Tomo would have been trying to find some time alone with that spirit water.
Yanni's got some as well. Yanni took some.
I think he just wants to go and just take some for himself, because obviously this was the last bit of connection he's had with somebody special. So I don't think he would be saying any words or anything. He would just go down, have a moment alone, and just scoop a bit of water into a little canteen of some kind, and then just move back up, like as discreetly as possible, so nobody even wonders where he's gone.
Like, I can visualize that so easily. Tomo just slinking away and then just slinking back, being like, "Who goes?"
And he comes back to the side of Nuro trying to climb onto this dragon, not doing so great, and they just kind of get frustrated and look up at the dragon and say, "Do you mind lowering down just a little?"
So Hikaru doesn't do that, but what the dragon does is the tail whips around from the sort of far side and creates like almost a little spiral, like it just coils it up so that you can like just climb up a little bit easier.
Nuro just follows that spiral almost perfectly up its back and sits right next to Min.
It takes 4.5 minutes for you to walk all the way around the spiral.
Basically. Yeah.
No, it almost feels like a staircase that you could just go hop, hop, hop. But I can just see Nuro, like Calvin and Hobbes style, like just arms out, walking across the...
Yeah.
There's fan art to be done. All right. With that, I think that everyone climbs onto the dragon. And do you have a yip yip style?
I do. So Banji, still walking in slow-mo. Just sort of like, those like old cowboy movies where the guy just like runs and jumps on the horse, like really smooth and slick and just looks awesome. Banji tries to do that.
Roll push your luck. I want to say,
Yeah, here we go.
I'll let you use your protector's burden if you've got some.
Oh, I add my passion. Yeah. My passion is 2, so that is an 8.
Yeah, I mean, on an 8, you do it, but it's not as successful as you think it is. Like, I think that you land on like you land on a scale that's particularly protuberant, but you keep the bungee scale, so no one notices, but you know.
Yeah, the composure. All right, gang, where are we going? What we doing? Everybody ready to leave?
I think just take us to the mainland of the Earth Kingdom, and then we can figure out from there.
Yeah, I think it's about time we left firebending waters. Fire Nation water, sorry.
So Banji reaches his scarred hand into Hikaru's mane, and he says, "All right, Hikaru, let's mosey."
That's what you're going with, is it? That's okay. And Hikaru is just like,
Well, yeah, it's probably better than any idea that you have.
yeah. Once Hikaru gets the sense that that's what you're after, it's like, oh, mosey means go. Okay. And off you launch into the air.
I think Minnie's just screaming the whole time.
It is fast. It is near violent. It is a speed that no one has moved at before. Like, we track back to the mail carts in Amashu. This isn't even close. It is wild.
Yeah, I'm picturing just like, is it? I think it's Aang's face. I don't know. He's just
When
like,
he's running away from the unagi.
yes, literally. But there's just like the biggest grin on Nuro's face and like tears flying backwards and just like skin pulling and I'm loving it every moment.
Weirdly, Banji's feeling for this is natural.
Oh, cool.
By comparison to the last time where you got full motion sickness and hated it, this just feels like you feel the wind blowing through your hair and you feel free.
Awesome.
I think the hat, Tomo's hat, is like pushed all the way to the back of his head, and Sudhi's in there like almost like paragliding, just trying to, and Tomo's like reaching his hands, like trying to push him back in. And if you think Nuro was loud, no, not Sudhi.
I think you just hear like, Banji, make him slow down.
Once you hit a certain altitude, like this is almost straight up, right? Like there was very little lateral movement, but once you hit a certain altitude, it almost just becomes a glide. it changes entirely. This roughness, this just absolute force and pressure you felt is gone. And it's not quite weightlessness. It feels like it by comparison. But all of a sudden, it just feels like you're floating through air. That sense just hits you. And the view is beyond measure. As you look behind you, you see the volcano that's settled down now, still bubbling away. But you can see it from the top down. You can see clouds almost at your level. You can see a mainland a little bit further along. This is a feeling.
Nuro just kind of has, again, the biggest grin, and they're just looking around, and they pat Min on the shoulder, and they're like, see, it ain't that bad, man. Look around. It's beautiful.
Min's hair is a mess. He's like, if he had eyeliner on, which he doesn't, but if he did, it would just be everywhere because he's been like crying all the way up. And it's just like stunned, but like not as stunned as the view of like the volcanoes and like the Fire Nation area we're in is, despite his fear, he is transfixed on the volcanoes and where they were as well.
I think Tomo is gonna look at his companions differently. Yeah, like suddenly from where he was to where he is now in the sky on a dragon with these people. Like I think there's a recognition that this is an extraordinary group of people and an extraordinary situation that he's found himself in. But obviously, you can't tell. He's just looking over the side, as far as you guys can tell.
I think you look at Meng Shou, and Meng Shou looks at you, and you both have the same non-expression on your face, and just nod at each other like.
Well, I guess if we've just been kind of flying for a little while, Nuro would probably hold off a little bit before kind of approaching everyone and being like, so, did y'all have any kind of weird dreams from that spirit water?
Oh, that explains a lot, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah. Oh, I kissed my mother on the cheek.
She looks at you and is like,
Dad says hi.
that sounds about right.
Yeah. No, I spoke to my dad. It was weird. The Wagon Man's a spirit.
The Wagon Man?
Yes, his name's Wei Gon, and he's a spirit.
That's not very creative.
Well, I guess you got to take it up with him. Nuro. I don't know if they choose their names.
Ash marks insecure.
Nuro falls from the dragon.
No. Shot was taken.
Yeah, it was crazy. I've never had something like that happen before. It was weird.
Nuro glances at Tomo and Banji to see if they can find some recognition on their face that they also had any of these dreams.
Yeah, as Banji kind of like notices that people are talking about what's going on, he kind of, because his seat is front of the saddle, right? That's what we said in kind of like the captain's position.
Sorry, the sense of pride. It's
captain. You think I'm proud now? Wait till I tell these guys. Banji just kind of like gets up from the seat and very like almost cavalier. Like he seems at home on this saddle, even though this is probably the first time as well that he's ever ridden in it. There's just a sense of confidence from Banji that you haven't seen in a long time. Nuro may have seen it. But especially Minh Fang and Tomo. And he just kind of like plonks down and is like, hey, are you talking about when we had our dreams and stuff? I thought that was just between me and Hikaru. I didn't realize that everybody had a dream. And I mean, I have some news, and look, I don't expect you all to do it, but, Hikaru did say it, and it's, you're riding Hikaru, and it's his rules, but he
Nuro just looks up at you expectantly, like
he says that I'm a dragon.
My eyes narrow.
I mean, I'm technically Banji the dragon now. So, I mean, like I said, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it'd be really cool.
Would you prefer Mr. the Dragon?
I mean, it's better than Mr. the Guardian, but, you know.
What?
Banji the dragon. Well, I say that has a good ring to it.
But I mean, Hikaru is the dragon, and that's his name. So, I don't know if we can have two dragons. I mean, like, the position's kind of filled, don't you think?
Well, son, if you would like, you can ask the dragon whether the name is fitting for the other dragon. Otherwise, you will have to abide by the rules of one or the other.
Look, Mother, man. I'm just... He just puts his hand out at his mother.
So, what does that mean, Banji?
I don't know, just that I apparently I'm quite an esteemed gentleman now who has a title that is very unexpected, and I'm not sure I deserve it, and he's kind of like looking at his hand and flexing it as he does so.
Nuro grabs it to have a closer look.
Yeah, and I like let it happen. Yeah. I don't pull it away from them. I'm just like, it doesn't hurt. It's fine. But you know, I think that this is my mark of the dragon, and I'm technically a dragon now.
I picture Banji showing it off like he's showing off a wedding ring. Like, look at that stone.
Yeah.
I think Min's incredibly jealous, and he's hiding that with just insults and not. I don't think he's going to do it yet. I don't think he's going to call you the dragon yet. I think he's too jealous. He's upset the dragon doesn't like him. All of a sudden, Banji's cool. I was the cool one.
Yanni says, I mean, I drink a lot of treasure, but I drink a lot of treasure like every night, so that's nothing really, really weird. Tomo, did you have dreams as well?
Could you pass me 2 dice, please?
Ooh. Oh, hidden rolls.
Yeah, I dreamed of somebody very important to me.
Oh. Yanni, like, it's almost a cartoon style slide, like, as in you're not quite sure physically how she does it, but 1 second she's sitting further away, and the next second is like, whoop. Go on.
Lady Dao. She's eager for me to go home. So, you know, the sooner we get on with this mission, the better.
Nuro looks at Tomo a little bit weirdly, like, okay.
Feng Shou says, Lady Dao. Older lady, wealth, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you know Lady Dao, Mother?
Well, I didn't know that she had a son. Or, no. Hold on. Tomo, what are you to Lady Dao?
I'm a close friend, a useful aid, an ear, you know, a sympathetic ear on occasions.
And Meng Shou takes out, puts her hand into her pocket and takes out a white lotus tile.
Oh, damn it! No, I can't have anything for myself in this family. God damn it! I pull out my stick.
Yeah, Nuro pulls out theirs.
Oh, damn it! I should have known. It makes so much sense.
Yeah, so I obviously pull out. Yes, Lady Dao was the one who sent us to Omashu in the first place.
Oh.
This makes so much more sense. Minh Fang, why didn't you tell me?
I don't know. I'm still not entirely sure what this means, Mother. An old crazy guy, one of the counselors. To
it
the
was
Queen
Boomy,
of
wasn't it?
Yes, yeah, Boomy. I don't know. He didn't really explain much. He just sort of gave it to us and said, "You're doing this now because it all happened so fast. There was a lot of food."
Yes, he's very good at doing that with food. And I've never met a man who has the capacity to unlock so many secrets with just a meal.
Wait. Speaking of secrets, did you have a dream?
I.
Go on, finish the sentence.
I did have a dream, and I have some very useful information for us if we really want to go to that library. The fox came and saw me again. Real sweet voice, real nice. They said that if we want to avoid maybe getting eaten by an all-powerful spirit, we should probably bring some presents, some gifts.
What kind of gifts?
He sends his foxes out into the world to find knowledge. So, I imagine something along those lines is what we need to get into that place.
I look at, I give a knowing look to Meng Shou, and I just want to see if she. It's like I imagine she's probably gonna like either shake her head, give like a maybe or like a yes.
Actually, what she does is she looks at Yanni, and Yanni looks around and realizes that she's got literally nowhere to go and says, and she reaches into a bag and pulls out a book which looks very, very similar to the books that were on the shelves at the island that you were on.
See, this is why I call you a vagrant. You still steal things.
What do you mean you call me a vagrant?
Oh,
Who are you calling me? Who are you saying I'm a vagrant to?
most
Is that a
people.
title as well?
Yes, Yanni the vagrant. See, now we have two people with titles. Cool. Nuro the swamp monster.
Oh, I like that.
Tomo the
Specialist.
specialist.
How do you know about the swamp monster?
Huh?
How do you know about the swamp monster?
Oh, why? What? How do you know about the swamp monster?
Nuro, how does everyone know about the swamp monster?
I think Yanni's got oh, wow, what? Swamp monster. What are we talking
Wait,
about?
Banji, you don't know?
No? No what?
No. He did know. Now he's changed his mind. I'm looking at him. I can tell.
I went into the ocean. You should have seen a Banji. It was bigger than anything you ever seen before. Bigger.
Oh my goodness. Spirits, I can't believe I missed it.
I threw a boat.
Is that what happened to your boat, Yanni?
No, I threw a boat too. Sort of, kind of. Mengsha helped. But no, this was a whole different thing. She was amazing.
Wow.
Are you mad at me?
They were
No.
amazing.
No, of course not. I'm not mad. I'm surprised that you did it. You were so scared. I can't believe that you did it again.
Again.
Again?
Again. Sorry.
That's exactly what happened.
It's something I'm expected to know. That's... One day I might have to protect the swamp just like my mama. The only way you can really do that is if you be a monster.
No, I disagree. You're not a monster. You're a cute little gremlin child who likes to dress up in big swamp things and do good stuff.
This is I feel like I'm getting a slightly different energy from Banji now, and it's definitely not. It's surprising, because they were expecting a bit of like a what was that?
That was Banji the Guardian. This is Banji the Dragon.
Yeah, Banji the Dragon's cool. No, they're very pleased by that. They've got the biggest grin on their face. But it doesn't stick around too long. They kind of just like shuffle over to Banji and then says, it doesn't really matter if everyone else is hearing, but she says, I saw my mama in my dream too. And I think she's doing the best she can, but I'm real worried about the swamp, Banji.
Of course we won.
Yeah.
Yanni is like right there in the same way that you just repeatedly appear next to Yanni. And Yanni's sort of looking and just goes, I mean, we can go back any time that you need. Like, Trisha can wait.
You know, my really nice fox friend is going to the swamp right now to see if they can help. But it don't feel right just sending someone off to help my home. I don't know, fellas. I don't know. I think maybe we should just focus on this
I don't know.
map.
Last time you had a vision of Minh Fang's mom, and we followed that, and I think we did pretty good out of it. Maybe we should go to swamp, help your mom.
It ain't selfish.
It's your mom. It's important.
Also, I think I think Destiny doesn't particularly care about selfishness. I mean, your vision about my mother made me go there. And, you know, Hikaru's here now.
One of two dragons.
One of one actual dragon.
I think Ming Shou says, so, Tomo, you, well, all of you, had a mission from Lady Dao, is that correct?
Yes.
That's correct.
Sort of. I mean, it ended up being for...
Yeah, I think she was like pulling the wool over our eyes.
Yeah, I think it was a trick. I think we were possibly scouted and recruited deliberately for our prowess and other things. But what we're doing now is actually specifically, at Boomy's behest.
I see. So, what did Boomy ask you to do?
Find a map.
Find a map that would lead us to the Avatar.
Well, rumors of one. We found Yanni.
And
The vagrant. She glares at you.
Did you steal today? Did you drink today?
No. I stole it yesterday. Thank you.
I've been thinking, that fox told me that they go out into the world to find important things for their master, and they know when it's important. They've got a sense about it. And their master wanted that map. I think it might be worth looking at for that reason alone.
All right. Let's make a promise to you, Nuro, that as soon as we sort out this map business, whatever that might be, we go to your home and we see what we need to do. Because you had 3 visions, at least that's what you told us, and one of them was the swamp. So
I have another proposal. Why don't you check in with Boomy and see what he believes is more important? If you're members of the White Lotus now, that map might be the absolute prime.
Or,
however, it might be able to wait. You've got the information about the map, which is what he asked for, correct?
Yeah, well, he weren't too
it wasn't
clear.
that specific.
That sounds about right, yes.
But I just had a thought, Mother. You know how you love me, because I'm your only son.
She doesn't respond at all.
Fine.
Not in a I don't love you kind of way, but where are you going with this?
You promised me you'd go back north with Dad. And the swamp is also north. And maybe this way you still get to do your whole moonlighty thing, helping them out, and then going on your merry way if they need it.
Jesse,
You're an incredibly accomplished bender. I'm going to roll. Can I do plead?
you can. However, Lucas, just while Liz rolling for you, can you please pull out the map from wherever it's hidden?
It's actually behind, rolled up.
Oh, I've got it.
Yeah.
It is. I'm certain that I got my geography right. Or Min got his geography right.
Look at that. Just like the show.
Foggy Swamp.
Yes.
Ba-bum.
Us.
Okay, so it's
It's
very much a detour.
No, it's technically on the way. Yeah, we're going to a marsh. You should go straight line and get, shit's on the way. I'm still pleading.
Wait, hang on. So we're pleading to have Meng Shou stick with us for a little longer?
No, I'm pleading.
Just let me clarify here.
I'm pleading to get her to go check on the swamp for Nuro and go help them if they need.
Oh, wait, and so, but we're not going with her?
No.
Oh, no. Okay, fine. No.
4, 5, 10, baby. Full success.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, I just need to check. Oh, I'm troubled. -2, so an 8.
Okay.
So
well, hey.
that's a mix. They need something more. Evidence that this is the right course, guidance in making the right choices, or resources to aid them before they choose to act.
Okay. Your mother looks at you. And she's thinking. For everybody else, it looks like she has completely stonewalled her son. But you recognize this as her thinking face. And she says, I will go with you to Omashu. And from there, once you have spoken with Boomy, and we make sure that that is the correct course, because if he suggests that you go there, then I'm going straight to the Northern Water Tribe. Because I miss your father.
I can understand that.
Sure, we're going to go. I guess it's about what order we do it in.
Yes.
Listen, I owe that old man an arm wrestle, and I'd like to try out my new arm.
Again. He's huge.
It's not a new arm, it's just a burned one.
If anything, you've lost something.
I wonder if he still has some candy. I don't mind.
You look around, I reckon someone... I don't think...
I've still got I lick mine into a perfect circle. It's rock. It looks like a jade bangle.
I think your mother looks at you and goes, I should have known Boomy was involved. I should have known. As you're flying along, you're looking down at like these small islands that don't specifically look inhabited, but these islands are going past pretty quickly. Like, you realize that as much as it doesn't feel like you're moving, you're actually going at a pretty fast speed. You think this, like, you know, we'll be there. We'll be in Amashu by like the end of the day. No worries. Like, we're moving really, really quickly. But then I think, Banji, you're the first to notice. Hikaru begins to dip. Like, it's not super like everyone feels turbulence or anything like that, but you just notice it's not the same plane that he was going along. And before too long, everyone else sort of feels it as well, just a sort of downward momentum. And you hear him the same way that, you know, we came up with the rumble, like, you know, he purrs. It's almost like he's breathing heavily, like he's grunting it at effort.
All right, gang. Look, Hikaru's still recovering, and I don't think we're going to make Amashu by nightfall. I think we need to sit down and maybe we can continue talking about what we want to do, but we need to give Hikaru a rest.
Yeah, I would really like to be on the ground, so sure.
Typical earthbender.
All right.
You're the dragon.
All right.
And Banji just kind of like winks at Tomo. You know when Buster winked and like a little flame came out?
Yeah.
Banji does that to Tomo and like a little flame comes out.
You give him 1 creativity for a total of 0 creativity. And
Everything's creative now.
And Banji's Mr. Personality.
+1 creativity, taking him to 0.
Taking it to 0.
Cool now.
Suddenly cool.
Yeah,
He has 3 more possible levels of this increase.
the spirits had to nerf me because I'm too cool. Banji kind of like stands up and goes back to his chair at the front and puts his hand back in Hikaru's mane and just sort of like not whispers but very quietly is like, it's all right, pal, it's all right, you can go down, find a safe place to land, we're okay.
And you cruise, it's probably about 20 minutes more. You feel that little, like, just stroke of the mane there gave Hikaru just that little bit of extra energy to sort of go, all right, you know, gotta find a place. And eventually you see an island that's, like, big enough. It's bigger than the island you were just on, not as big as Shimson, but it looks like it's got a few structures. But the part that, you know, brings to your attention that it might be a good place to settle down is that it's only built up on one side, and on the other side it's pretty forested. So Hikaru, having done this before, again, horrifying to some people, but excellent to others, Hikaru plunges, like, pretty low. And Jesse contributed so hard to that he sneezed, like, forced himself into a sneeze. And just before Hikaru hits the water level, just completely levels out and is like super, super low, just above the waves. Like, Nuro, you feel you could just touch out.
Yeah,
and just,
they're almost trying. They're almost trying to, basically.
I think Yanni just sort of like grabs onto it a little bit.
Yeah.
But as you do, it comes in and just, it's almost like a slither, not coming in a direct line. And then when they actually hit that tree line on this island, it's almost abrupt. Like, you feel hitting the ground, and it's a crash landing. And everything that you've seen of Hikaru so far has suggested that, like, grace and poise is like Hikaru's prime motive, like wants to look good doing things constantly. This was anything but. And Hikaru just like
If this is a crash landing, I'd like to point out I'm the only one strapped in.
I mean, yeah, everyone. Yeah, I think that's a great point, Jesse. Yes. Everyone else take one fatigue.
Vacation!
I wasn't going to, but Jesse leads an excellent point. You're all fools.
Even my mother.
Yes, but you see as she flies out of her seat, like the ground like lifts up from underneath her in almost like a bowl shape, and she picture someone like with a skateboard just like hitting that half pipe, like she just like slides to a graceful stop.
Everyone's cooler than me all of a sudden.
No, Yanni's not. Yanni just falls out headfirst into a bush, legs comically dangling above her. Like,
and Nuro will go and try and help Yanni out of that bush as best as they can after they've dusted themselves.
thank you, my hero.
Banji untangles himself from Hikaru's mane and sort of stands up and is like, right, as you can see, we are still working on landings, but we're here safely.
Still working on them. Seems like you're inventing them, Banji. And I start unstrapping myself. I'm like, yes, you all made fun of me for tying myself in, but I'm the only one that's fine.
Hikaru grumbles a little bit, like,
I get myself in a very ungraceful way down the track. And I walk along up to the group and give Hikaru a pat on like his front leg thigh. I'm like, it's all right, buddy. You'll get him next time. And I just collapse onto the ground and just, no. I dig my hands into the dirt and just,
Tomo's looking around, looking for any dangers, somewhere to take shelter, the tactical thing. The boring,
I feel, actually, Tomo, roll assess the situation.
That is 10. I mean, that's already... assess the situation. That's less focus, isn't it?
It's creativity.
Creativity, yep.
11.
Okay. For those playing at home, no one groaned because
he rolled with one hand. It was majestic. Purposeful, deliberate.
No, it was
almost like that's what dice inventors intended.
He like just sort of threw them away with disdain, like just sort of an overhand that'll do.
Look, character development, right? Don't make me regret it.
Yes. So I'm going to give you an extra one. So ask a question. I'll give you something more as well. So,
okay.
Or would you like me to give you the more first? And then you can choose what you want after that.
Yeah, give me the more.
Okay. As you were coming down, because Tomo is just... this is what Tomo does. The second that he's anywhere, he scopes out a situation. As you were coming down, you've got a very, very clear map in your head of the way this island is formed. And at the very front, there were a bunch of buildings that looked pretty large and like, it was a proper settlement. Then on that far side, there was a very, very, very large beach, at least for the island. It feels like you saw a little red dots. You're like, oh, I wonder if those were beach huts as well. Then from there is a very, very small, it's not really a mountain, but it's slightly bigger than a hill. So that's sort of somewhere to the north, kind of to the middle, but a little bit further beyond you. And you think that you could probably within 20 minutes or half an hour walk to that side of the island, which seems to have people at it.
So my question is, the buildings, do they seem to have the architecture of a particular nation? Like, are we on a Fire Nation island or are we...
It does, but it looks like an older Fire Nation island. It looks like older Fire Nation architecture. This is pre-war kind of buildings, and because that they exist around, like there's some on Shinsum, for example. So that in itself is not so strange. You think that maybe you're far enough away that it's not a dangerous place to be, but you won't know until you get there.
Right, so let's make camp. There are some places we should go and investigate. Banji, maybe you might want to take the lead. I saw some older style Fire Nation buildings here.
I see a job for the dragon. I understand.
Oh boy.
All right. Well,
I think Mengsho and Yanni say, we'll stay back and set up camp if you want to go do your thing.
Tom was already like adjusting his disguise to look like just a fisherman, basically. Like he even got a retractable rod that he just extended out, slung over his shoulder, and he's looking at Banji expectantly, like what are you wearing?
I'm just wearing this. This is Fire Nation, maybe. So we'll be okay. We'll be all right. It'll be fine.
Okay. All right. So I think Tomo would like to take Banji out for a little walk, and we go investigate the settlement and see. What do you guys want to do?
well, I think as you guys go, I think Minh Fang's like, you guys go ahead. I just want to ask my mum something real quick. And then he sort of runs over and like gives her like hey, I've got a question.
Yes.
So Dad sort of suggested that I ask you a question that I asked him, and I just want to quickly get your vibe on that. I think I want to go home, and just go over some of the ancestors' stuff.
Home.
Yeah. Like, did you have any ideas on where I should start? I'm also seeking guidance from a mentor or a powerful figure, clearing trouble.
Here I thought that you were trying to progress the story, but now I think... Okay.
Both. 2 birds, 1 stone, baby.
What gain I
The
lost?
bloody earthbenders. 1 stone? Make it a big one. She looks at you, and again, that sort of stone wall face as she thinks, and she says, there will be no one of the family at the family home currently, but there will be a few people there that will give you access. Take this. And she pulls out a stone. You recognize it as one of the stones from her arm, which she hasn't replenished, by the way. She is currently going around without her left arm.
Yep.
And she says, when you find the statue of Bofang, press this into the chest.
Yeah, all right. Cool. Thanks, Mum.
Be
Mother.
Be safe when you do. And she gives you a knowing look.
Yeah. Yeah, he takes it seriously and he sort of runs off to meet the group.
Okay. You make your way through the forested area, and it's actually rather pleasant. It's one of those, like, the greenery. Nuro, you find it like it gives you those swamp vibes, but not quite as dense and humid.
Yeah, I was going to say this would probably pique Neuro's curiosity, and they would kind of probably go up and touch the trees, I think, to kind of actually get an idea of like how much like life is actually, no, not life.
The trees touch back.
Yeah, see if they're
No.
sentient. No, I feel the energy basically and how healthy everything is. They want to feel how healthy everything is here.
These trees have that good vibe. You feel positivity out of these trees. They enjoy the sea breeze. They enjoy the sunshine. They enjoy what sounds like laughter coming from not too far away. And this actually feels like, in your mind, this feels like a safe space.
Okay. Well, is there something about the richness of this land that would actually make Nuro pause, kind of, to see if there is actually anything aiding it or some kind of other...
You can roll...
Because I do have Eyes of the Soul now, which is assess the situation. You can ask one of the following as an extra question, even on a miss. And that's, who or what has been touched by spirits? How can I bring about peace here?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Okay.
You absolutely can.
Cool. Okay. Well, I guess I don't have my...
Underprepared yet again, players.
GM, did you notice that I had my dice out?
I had both sets of my
Shut
dice.
up,
Oh my
dragon. Well, that's a I forgot what you need for assess the situation.
It's creativity.
Okay, well, that's a 5, so I don't, but for free, I guess, even on a miss.
You
I
get
can
to ask one of those
Yeah,
things.
who or what here has been touched by spirits?
You get the impression that nothing here is touched by spirits specifically, but there is something harmonious about the area that we're in. No bad vibes.
No bad vibes.
There's no bad vibes. That's the easiest way to describe it. It's just everything just gives that little tingle of happiness.
Okay, well, I suppose that would make Nuro take a big kind of breath, maybe not be so cautious and actually just start kind of strolling through ahead of everyone, kind of like, this place is great.
Was Nuro cautious?
Well, Nuro would have been like hanging back, kind of.
Once again, just one of those things that Georgie does better than anybody else. It was the flailing arms that they just did.
The bobbing head.
The bobbing head. No.
Why am I not an actor?
And the hair flick.
Tomo would like to do a flip to land in front of Nuro.
Oh, damn.
Just ninjutsu, just like flip over and just land in front. So like I'm not touching them, but I'm just like, okay, a town we don't know, Fire Nation, most of whom Banji, I'm sure you would have caught up by now, most of whom I believe would want to kill a dragon if they knew one was around.
Banji just swaggers past. They could try to kill the dragon.
Neuro's like, wow, man, that was so fast. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Do I have to dress like an old man again?
I mean, you can, but you don't have to. I'm just saying, let's be a bit careful with what we tell people, about who we are, what we're doing, the usual.
I think I just walk past and I give Tomo a pat on the shoulder. I'm like, come on, Tomo, let the kid have some fun.
Yeah. Nuro definitely grabs like Tomo's hand and is like, like sometimes I can really feel when a place doesn't feel safe and when it does, and I feel life here. I feel a gentleness. I feel laughter. I don't know. I'm sorry, Tomo. Okay,
No, I don't want you to be sorry. I'm just.
I think at this moment, Sooty comes out from under the hat and crawls down your arm to where you're holding Tomo's hands and comes up and sits on your shoulder and goes, gives that sagely nod that Sooty
You
does.
two, really, right now.
I think she likes me.
Oh yeah, she knows. Oh, okay, all right. Go on then.
You hear this tiny little mouse paw.
Just even with your kind of encouragement and okay, I don't think that Nuro is very curious about you. Actually, Nuro thinks that you were talking a load of faff about Lady
Dreaming
Dao.
about Lady Dao.
Yeah,
I think we all were.
Yeah, yeah. There was
we haven't
just
spoken
someone
about her in months.
very important to you. So yeah,
It's been like 2 weeks.
2 weeks, whatever.
I actually think that with this kind of interruption from Tomo, their what do you call it? I'm sorry.
Intuition.
Yeah, their focus, I suppose, is definitely now on Tomo, and they're not leaving your side. They're kind of just looking up.
Roll with focus. No.
Yeah, Banji's walking along and sort of like a concerned parent keeps kind of like looking over his shoulders to where Hikaru is, and a little bit of the scowl comes back, but he's very much still quite relaxed. But
Did you know that you could just take a 10 to know where Hikaru is right now?
I could. I know where he is. He's on the beach where we left him.
I think I see Banji looking back a bit, and I'm walking ahead now. I give Banji a tap on the shoulder. I'm like, relax, Banji. I thought you were meant to be cool now. I walk ahead of him.
Oh, well, thanks, man.
Actually, do you know what? Tomo turns to look, and as he starts walking towards you, Banji, you could hear his tummy grumbling. And Tomo says, what do dragons eat?
Oh, well, I mean, I like rice and lots of other things. Fish is good.
You are a good pet owner. Oh, no, that's bad. I shouldn't say that. You are a good friend, Banji. What does...
Hikaru.
Yes, I was gonna. What does Hikaru eat? Do we need to? I'm surely he must be hungry.
Oh, that's a good point. I mean, maybe some fish, and I don't know. I assume he'd be.
Must be a lot of fish.
Yeah, how much fish would you need to feed a dragon?
Well, I like I said, just a wee bit of breakfast and dinner. And no. I'll get the dragon something. It's fine. He'll be okay. We'll get him okay.
Okay, but carefully, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Before too long, speaking of food, I think that's Tomo's the first one to. Yeah. And it's almost that comical cartoon effect of like the smoke, like the little wisps of food smells, and Tomo just like
hovering,
just hovers along, to be like the food is this way. And you step out and you see in front of you there's no other way to describe it. It's a sprawling resort. There are kids playing down by the beach. There are umbrellas shading people who are getting that little bit too much sun. There are food carts and food stalls of selling just grilled eel squid. No, that doesn't work. Hold on. I can do this. Hold on. Eeldvark. There we go. That works. Eeldvark. So they've got these smells and these things, and people are having a good time. You look a little bit further forward, and there's an information kiosk kicking on through with this, people wearing uniforms. And they are slightly Fire Nation reminiscent, but again, it's not military. It's just more that sort of red and black motif. But you see this young lady speaking to a guest who takes a pamphlet off them. The lady gives a bow and gets ready to say hello to whoever walks up next.
I think Banji will take the lead, given that it's Fire Nation.
Is the resort like more upper class, or like do you think it's upper class, right? It's nicer looking people.
Yes, like
Wow.
I mean, let's not pretend. Here.
Lucas, I'm poor and I look great.
Yes, you are poor.
All right.
Sorry. Yeah, but I think Tomo would probably be adjusting his outfit a little bit so that like it's a little bit tidier, a little bit neater. Maybe there's a little splash of color. Basically, he wants to look like he actually would be able to afford to come to this resort. Like he's not just some random fisherman just washed up on the beach.
Look at it this way. You know how like pretty much anyone can go to Disneyland. You know what I mean. But like everyone sort of looks like they're dressed nicely, or they're dressed in Disneyland appropriate apparel. Same sort of feel. It's like no one's really dressed down, but you don't necessarily get the impression that only people with money are here. Banji leading the way.
Yeah, so Banji walks up and
Breakfast, Banji.
he bows to the steward person that's there.
Yeah, stewardess. Is steward just the gender neutral term?
Yeah.
just
the person
do it.
the person that's there.
The person at the desk. There we go.
Concierge.
Yeah.
Yeah, the concierge. Yes, the concierge lady sort of bows back at you and says, yes, hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning. Is this morning? No.
It's probably about 11 o'clock.
Cool.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Good afternoon. No, wait, it's still morning.
So creative.
Everybody's so creative. Hello, my name is Banji, and my friends and I missed breakfast. And so I was wondering if you could point us in the direction of the cafeteria?
Yes, the buffet is just behind
buffet.
in this in the shack here. They will be setting up for lunch. I'm sorry, you have missed breakfast.
Oh, that's a shame.
Usually that's 6 till 9:30, and then they start to prepare for lunch.
That's so early.
Of course. My mistake. No, lunch will be fine. That's fantastic.
Excellent. It's an easy entry. All I need is your room number.
Right. And Banji kind of like pats himself down and look, I must have left it in my other uniform. As you can see,
I'm a people person. This is concierge.
So I sort of had a bit of a read of that. I'm a people person applies when they're talking to like someone. So two NPCs are talking to each
Oh, it
other.
has to be an NPC? When you see someone watching another person, roll with a person with focus. It doesn't say an NPC.
Yeah, it doesn't, but I've realized it's so overpowered because you can just do it every time anybody else talks to them. So
I've got you there.
I've come up with a rule and so far, if we look back, it's pretty much been NPCs talking with each other. Has been when you've done it. So I'm continuing that trend.
I think as Banji sort of like pretending to look for his keys. I think, or like whatever it might be. I think I'm just gonna walk up and be like, I remember the number 2, 3, 9, and I'm paying attention to her face to see if like that's enough numbers.
Push luck to see whether it changes. You actually, no, it's a trick for this one.
Trick, right?
Can I assist in some way if I spend a fatigue to help him?
We'll see how he rolls first.
Okay.
Oh, double sixes, baby.
Oh,
I've got no conditions to speak of. On a hit, they fall for it and do what I want for the moment. I think, 3 numbers. I was right.
So they, you actually get to pick 2. Stumble, take +1 forward acting against them. They act foolishly. I'll give you an additional opportunity.
It just says on a hit, they fall for it and do what you want for the moment.
And then there are 3 dots underneath it.
Oh, on a 10 plus pick 2. I'm so sorry. They overcommit. They are deceived for some time. And I think they stumble, take a +1 forward to acting against them. So I think we just got an in with this concierge from now on.
Yeah, I think that they say overcommit. It's like, oh, what number did you say, Jesse?
Was it 239?
239. And I guess that's like an important sweet number. So
Yeah.
like, oh.
On your 12, she says, oh, I didn't realize anyone was,
Yes.
And she looks,
and I gesture to Banji. I'm like, yes.
she looks at Banji and she looks at the uniform and
And kind of like puffs his chest up.
she says, I'm sorry, sir. I look, when I saw you
Sir, this is a dragon.
it's like she
dragon of a man. This is a dragon of... And I'm like, trying to hug Nuro really close and sort of slightly push him to the back.
no, she says, for one of the dragons. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that this was a secret.
That's no
secret attendance. Hold on,
don't.
and she writes down something and like hands it to someone going by. It's like, please get the room ready. We need to do. And I hands it over. It's like, please step right this way.
And I just give everyone a look like I got
Exactly that look.
I got this. All right, don't you guys worry about anything.
completely ignoring Min. He's like, Banji turns and is like, see? Perks.
And I just follow.
And she says, and that's okay. Yeah, she looks and she says, whatever mission has ruined your armor, don't worry. There will be a fresh set waiting for you in your room.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Oh, actually, my set is also ruined. That's why I'm not wearing it. Can we have 2, please?
Oh, yes. Yeah, and she sort of looks at you and just writes down some numbers and does the same to Banji. And she says, and the 2 of you looking at Minh Fang and...
Oh, no, I'm an indentured servant to Mr. the Dragon here. It's fine. We won't use a name. You understand.
She stops paying attention to immediately and just goes back to Banji.
It's just because I'm in earthbender robes, so I'm like, well, look, it's got to make sense. So.
Well, see, I'm his ward, and I misplaced my armor. I think I need a new one too.
And she says, yes, of course, and starts like, looks down and is like trying to guess your measurements.
Yeah, Nuro's trying to like stand up really straight and buff their shoulders out like.
And it's like, child armor. Okay.
Just the musician uniform is fine. Thank you.
Oh, yes, of course. Please step right through. Will you be joining in the afternoon's treasure hunt?
Treasure.
Yes.
Of course.
You see Yanni just appear. No, Yanni's not there. You hear Nuro hears Yanni and like, did someone just say treasure?
Yeah. I almost want to whisper it.
Like the One Ring, just calling out to Yanni.
Yes, of course. Myself and my retinue will be joining the treasure hunt. And I'm kind of nodding to the
Nuro's nodding
the treasure hunt. Yes.
Okay, I'll make sure there's a map in your room when you get back. It will begin at 4 p.m.
Excellent. Thank you for your help. You've done a great service.
And which way to our room again? Sorry, it's been a long day.
Whatever it was that caused you to lose your armor.
239.
Yes, 239. And she draws a very, very small map and hands it to Minh Fang.
Follow me. My liege. And I confidently walk into the building.
She nods appropriately. Like,
Yeah, I'm just walking.
Guys, this is an audio meeting. We don't describe what you do next.
I lead on as if I am leading. I'm leading on. I'm leading.
Yeah.
I'm being a servant.
Banji will follow.
Nuro follows very professionally as well, marching.
When everybody goes, I go back to, I sort of turn back to the concierge. What is your name, lady?
Oh, definitely well planned for this, Ash, once again. This person's name is Sue.
Sue, thank you for your service today.
She bows.
And if I could trouble you for one more thing, I know we missed breakfast, but surely there might be some left over that you can send over to the room right away.
For a dragon and their associates, I'm certain it can be arranged.
Thank you, Sue. And Tomo bows, and then he turns.
She bows very deeply.
Great.
It's a shame there's like a million Sues, but maybe it might be good to know the name.
They're all spelled differently though, so it's fine.
It's like a Officer Jenny and Nurse Joy.
This is the first time I've used Sue in the
No, absolutely.
SU, Sue. Or TSU, Sue.
Sue, there you go, done.
Sue.
There's food. You eat. We move on. No,
Breakfast. Breakfast.
No, it's lunch.
But we're eating breakfast.
Are we going to the room first?
No,
Yeah.
definitely. You've said you've just come from the room, so if you
cool.
want to go back to the room, you can. But Sue
I
will
mean,
be
I
like,
was leading us to the room.
Yeah, I thought we were heading to the room, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, she stepped aside to lead you into the buffet because that's what you said you wanted,
Yeah.
Yeah, but she drew us a map to the room.
to remind you where it was when you were on
Yes,
your way back.
That's where I was headed. I thought we were going to the room. But if we want to go straight,
Wherever there is food, Tomo is going that direction.
Yeah,
Yes.
like you can smell how good lunch smells. You are right in front of it. The shack is right there.
All right.
All right. Okay.
Food.
Well, Nuro just takes a seat anywhere.
Nuro, you've never seen a buffet before. Like
Okay.
this style of food, like having everything laid out, and there are dishes from every walk.
Yeah, because Boomy's feast was like something out of this world to Nuro as well. So this would be just like a whole other level then on top of that.
Like a little bit. So yeah, with Boomy's feast, there was different types of food. This is like, imagine that table, then times it by 3 as they like sort of line the walls. There is so much. You see people like flicking over fire, like they've got woks that are tossing like noodles that smell phenomenal. There's definitely steamed and fried dumplings to the side. Like there is anything you could possibly want except slug.
Devastating. God, I'm not even hungry anymore.
Tomo sticks out his hand in front of his companions to pause them for a second, and he says, I've been trading for this my whole life. Focus on the good proteins first, leave the carbs for the end.
Proteins first, carbs in.
Ignore the vegetables. It's a lie. And go.
Sire, shall I collect you some food?
Yes, please.
Any preferences?
I don't know. Whatever you think I would like today.
Whatever a dragon would eat.
I think I know. Is Banji like vegetarian or vegan in any way, or is he?
I think I think we established when we
He's
were in
vegetarian.
Boomies he was vegan. I think?
Vegan?
Vegetarian at least. but
Okay.
yeah.
Great.
I thought everyone in Fire Nation ate meat. Like even the meat eats meat.
Banji's different.
Okay.
I think I'm just
Defected
gonna,
for a reason.
I think I'm going to get him things he cannot eat. So I get him a bunch of stuff, a bunch of different meats, and I'm like, "Here you are, Lord." I just hand it to him, and then I go.
Banji just kind of slides the plate over to Tomo because he knows it'll get taken care of. And then he just, because Banji's never really seen a buffet either, he's used to eating out of like a military canteen where it's just you take a tray, you get something slopped onto it, and you move on. So he's also kind of a little bit overwhelmed, and I think him and Nuro probably take a moment where they're kind of like looking at each other, being like, "Are we allowed to Are we allowed to take this wee one? Is this all for us?
I think so. What do you think will happen if I just take this here?
Literally nothing.
Banji, you gotta try this.
Oh, okay. And then Banji eats it and then just starts like shoveling that onto his plate. Like,
You see one of the chefs behind go, you like that? You should try this thing. And like starts putting some more like stuff on your plate.
yeah, nice. And yeah, I think Banji and Nuro just kind of like,
I'll share a meal with
Yeah.
you for sure.
we're just sort of like excitedly sort of piling things. And like
like-
Banji will try something and put something on Nuro's plate, and Nuro will try something and put it on Banji's plate.
Does anyone else see them just well and truly overindulging here?
Yes.
Like distended belly style, like, oh, too much. Lucas was deep in thought.
Yeah, like
Buffet, like,
Tomo's
of
ready
course.
to say something.
Yeah.
So episode 1, I sent out Suri on a little, coin collecting mission. What?
I wait with bated breath. So
So same thing here. I'm just gonna send Suri out and we just give each other a little nod and we know we've done this many a times before. Just don't take too many risks, but find something good for us. And I sent Suri off on a little crawl out and see if she can pick up anything of value.
okay, we'll come back to that. Anything from Minh Fang?
No, I think Min takes a modest amount of food. It is mostly carbs against Tomo's recommendation because he's been doing nothing but earthbending for 3 days straight. So he's like high energy burn. He's like, I need fuel. I'm so hungry. But it is still a modest amount. He's not big into overeating, but he takes a seat opposite Nuro and Banji, I think, and Tomo, I think. Sits down while everyone's filling their gums, like, so.
Oh God!
ASMR, right?
Mouth closed, my lord. Please. So, Mother's in the. I just realized I hold up a White Lotus tile quickly. I'm like, so
What
Mother's in
Jesse just noticed is that he's
It's
doing
an
a
audio
hand
medium, I know.
gesture for an audio medium.
So I hold up the coin. I'm like, so my mother's in the, maybe she can give us some more clear answers once we leave. It makes sense now that I think about it, long enough.
Yeah, she seems real important.
Yeah, don't say that to her.
You've just reminded me. I think we should get some to-go lunches and a big crate of fish. I mean, eel. What was the fish you said?
Eelbark.
A big crate of eelbark, and maybe just bring them some food,
Yeah.
and then we can maybe ask her about the White Lotus.
Just hold up the thing.
The thing.
Tomo just breathes.
But we have to be back for the treasure hunt because that sounds fun.
That sounds so fun.
I sort of look at Tomo. Like,
Again, who is this Banji that likes fun?
I don't know. But treasure. I like treasure.
I like treasure.
But we need to make sure Hikaru gets what he needs as well, because he's our ticket out of here, right?
sure. But it's not going to look right if I take part in the treasure hunt as a servant. So I will organize Hikaru's food while you guys do that. Yes? Does that sound fair?
I mean, you're our manservant, right? So we'll be expecting you to...
Manservant's a bit too loaded there. I am a
Person servant?
I am a high quality steward of the finest type.
Oh,
I was about to say, technically, Minh Fang could talk the talk, like coming from sort of some like Earth Kingdom nobility, I put in quotations. And then Jesse said that. And I'm just like, oh no.
He's still a 17-year-old, right?
I mean, we'd be expecting someone to do the heavy lifting for us. But obviously, if you
Well, that is
insist
a
on...
good point.
I mean...
I could save us a lot of digging time. All right. Look, if you want me to come along, I'm playing with the treasure hunt. Where else are we going? All right. You've convinced me. Fine.
Yes, I think unless there's anything else, I'm the GM now.
Look at me.
Unless there's anything else that anyone else wants to do, I'd say that Banji would kind of organize like some lunches and some food to take up to Hikaru.
Yes, so basically as you approach Susu says, everything is waiting for you in your room. And she looks over at Tomo and sort of like nods.
So, I require for my day 2 more to-go lunches and a big crate of Eildvark with no questions asked.
I'd just like to point out, I did say oh my God. They overcommit. And we have a +1 if we need to convince it.
I would like for my D. You finish that sentence. Like, how can you possibly interpret that in any?
I would like you to roll with passion because you are intimidating. But
Actually, I would like to use Badge of Authority.
Hey,
That's a
okay.
throwback.
Yeah.
You do get a +1.
That's a 10.
Okay. They just do it with Badge of Authority? What's the
Goodness.
Yeah, they just do it. You have some badge or symbol of authority from your background, something that makes you someone to be listened to, if not well liked or entirely respected. When you give an NPC an order based on that authority and their recognition of it, roll with passion. On a hit, they do what you say.
She bows and says, "Yes, sir." And you see her take something out, write it down, and hand it to someone who runs off at a very, very quick speed.
Nice.
You meander on back to the room, I assume. What did we say? 279?
239.
239? Yeah, good, because 279, it's a dump. But 239? 4. It's basically like slightly up the hill overlooking everything. It is a penthouse suite.
Oh my bog, look at this place.
It is absolutely gorgeous. And when you arrive, sitting on the bed are 2 new sets of Fire Nation armor, whatever it was that they said was going to fit Nuro, like 3 packed lunches, like 3 almost bouquets of of packed lunch, and a crate of fish.
Nice.
Where's my packed lunch?
No, the packed lunch is for Yanni and your mother.
Oh, of course. Right. Yep. No, it's fine.
We just ate lunch.
Just stuffed our face silly.
And a map, like as in sort of a folded up piece that looks like a map that says to be opened at, did I say 4 p.m?
Yep.
Yeah.
To be opened at 4 p.m.
Great. So I think Banji would just collect the thing and, men, I may need your help moving this big crate. Do you think you could maybe earthbend?
The thing to bear in mind is, as much as it is a crate of fish, it's not like it is not like a supply cache worth. Like, because they're just like,
it's like a hand crate, right?
Right.
Like something you take to like.
Yeah, exactly. Right? It is a market sized crate.
Cool.
So it's definitely full of Eildvark, but it's not like they didn't look at you and go, yeah, he's going to feed a dragon. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think Banji would just sort of tell Tomo and Nuro to wait in the room and would take them in and run back basically and drop this food off and then
Don't forget to tell Yanni about the treasure hunt.
We probably might omit that, actually. Just to
But
keep her in. Oh, all right.
Hold on. I'm clearly the strongest here. Let me take the food back to.
Oh, clearly the strongest. All right.
You want to go me, bro?
Hold on. We don't need to do this now, okay? But if you want to, you've got to prove yourself before you say that sort of stuff, mister.
I mean, Tomo like stands full head and shoulder above you, like.
I just thought maybe men would like to say goodbye to his mother.
I'm just saying I'd like to come along and also say goodbye to his mother and to make sure the dragon is fed and Yanni's fed and everyone's taken care of.
sure, but if you're with us, then who is having fun with Nuro?
Nuro just looks at you with a big gaping tooth.
And I'm sort of like, if you don't watch them.
Already.
I have to say, in that moment there's something about that smile and just the way your head's cocked that just reminds him of like a certain, scraggly haired young'un. Tell your mom, best of luck on the road ahead.
Minh Fang's eyes narrow, and he's like, sure. Gonna address that later.
You make your way back to the 20-ish minutes. It doesn't take you much longer.
Wait, sorry, hang on. We're not saying goodbye to Bencho, though, because she's coming.
No, too late. You've said what you've said. That's
just tell your mom I said hi.
No, it's, leaving with the goodbye. They think that you're going to dart off. You make your way back to the other side of the island.
Oh, I'm told fish smells so strongly.
And it doesn't take you too long. It's about that 20-minute walk, realistically. And as you approach, you hear, would you look at the size of that?
Oh,
yeah, that's unbelievable. And as you bust through the clearing, you see Buster, Bossa, and Bester standing directly in front of a sleeping Hikaru.
I dropped the fish. I just dropped the fish box, like shocked. I'm like, hold me back, Banji. Hold me back. Book of War is Lucas Lee as Tomo, Georgie Hazel as Nuro, Ted Darling as Banji, myself, Jesse Thomas as Minh Fang, and Ash Cooper as our Grand Master or Goose Monkey, whichever you prefer. Our theme song and outro, The Book of War Remains, is by Matt Harrison, and additional sound effects and music are from zapsplat.com. Quick announcement, very exciting. We have a very special event coming up next week on July the 1st. 9 a.m. we are doing a live stream with the Flying Bison podcast celebrating their 100th episode. For our American listeners, because we know there's a lot of you, that is Friday, June the 30th from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. CST. You can find this event at twitch.tv/Flying Bison podcast. We will be doing a Water and Mist one-shot, which is a pre-generated one-shot in the horror era of the Avatar verse. Here at the Book of War, we are affiliated with Arkenforge. Arkenforge is a tabletop platform built for Windows and Mac, and it provides a plug-and-play solution to run your games in person on a TV or projector. It is a must-have for any tabletop role players that need a digital component to their game. All you GMs and DMs out there, I highly recommend this software. If you're unsure about what this software offers, you can head over to arkenforge.com and check it out. There's also a 28-day free trial, so get on it, have a look. You can use our offer code, The Book of War, to get $5 off any of the fantasy or sci-fi starter packs. Again, come and check us out on the Flying Bison podcast, twitch.tv/Flying Bison podcast. The next episode will be out in 2 weeks' time on July the 8th. So we will see you then.
I mean, I'm sure you just have eel.
No, it's eel bark.
Eel puss.
They're eel bark.
Oh, God.
That's the end of the episode. Thank you so much, Georgie.
So sorry.
I'd love me some eel puss.
Some eel puss. Stop me, everybody.
So you get the puss, but you've also got the phallic nature of the eel to go with it. Like,
Yeah.
Oy vey.
all right, hold on.